Hello everyone, this is Sarana Prasad here. And in this video, let me speak about the G7 summit that was concluded yesterday. G7 or Group of Seven is actually a group of 7 countries. They are the United States of America, UK, Germany, Italy, France, Japan, and Canada. And G7 summit is actually a meeting that is held annually among the heads of these 7 countries. And these 7 countries are part of this G7 because these 7 countries are considered to be the most advanced and powerful economies in the world. Everyone will get a doubt why China is not a part of this G7, though it is the second largest economy in the world. Though it's the second largest economy in the world, still China lacks modernization in many fields, and that's the reason why it's still not considered as the most advanced economy. And that's the reason why it is left out from this group. And only these 7 countries are part of this G7. And every year these 7 countries, the heads of these 7 countries meet annually every year to discuss many critical and important issues related to economy, related to politics that the world is facing. And if you just look at the history of this G7 summits, the first summit was held in the year 1975, and only 6 nations were part of that summit, and it was in fact called as G6 summit, as only 6 countries were part of that. And in next year, 1976, Canada was included in that group, and it was called as G7 summit since then. And from 1976 to 1997, only 7 members were a part of this group, and it was called as G7 summit. And in the year 1997, Russia was also included. Until 2014, Russia was also a part of this group, and it was in fact called as G8 summit. And in the year 2014, all the other members, the rest of the members decided to suspend Russia from being a part of this group as it annexed the Crimean Peninsula. As because of that reason, Russia was suspended by the other 7 members. And since then, it's again being called as G7 summit only. And this year, the 45th G7 summit was held in France from August 24 to 26. And as this year the host nation is France, the French president Emmanuel Macron, he decided to invite many chief guests, many heads of other countries apart from this G7 group. And one among them was also our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And whenever many people, many heads like these meet, they all of them speak a common issue in a group, and few people speak individually. I mean, among themselves about few other issues. And just like that, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about the Kashmir issue and beyond many other issues. But the most important, the most discussed topic was about the Kashmir issue. And he spoke with individually with US President Donald Trump, with UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and also with French President Emmanuel Macron, and he also discussed many other issues also. And later, after the G7 summit, in the joint press conference, the heads of USA, UK, and France, the presidents and prime ministers of these countries spoke about the Kashmir issue, telling that Kashmir is completely an internal issue related, to an internal matter of India. And they also told that there shouldn't be any third parties interference in this Kashmir issue. And they also told a bilateral talk has to take place between India and Pakistan in this issue, and only then the conflict can be solved. And French President Emmanuel Macron also told that the complete help will be provided in maintaining peace in France, and also in resolving this conflict. And apart from that, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi also spoke about various other issues, and the efforts which India has undertaken in eliminating the use of plastic, in harnessing solar energy, in conserving water, and also in protecting the biodiversity. And as India promised, these things will be maintained in last year's United Nations Climate Change Conference. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi promised in doing all this. And apart from this, even other issues like liberalization of trade and tariffs and climate change were also discussed. Liberalization of trade and tariffs is nothing but reducing the taxes on products whenever import and exports are actually done between different countries. And when climate change issue was discussed, the Amazon's rainforest fires was discussed, and $20 million were provided to that issue. And the French president promised to provide $20 million. And apart from this, the main motive or theme which was undertaken in this year's G7 summit was to maintain inequality among all the nations. To maintain equality among all the nations. That is, to abolish inequality, and also to form a very strong and a powerful democracy. And that was the main motive or theme which was undertaken this year. And these are the main things that were discussed. I've told you what is G7 summit. the history of it, and the main, the highlights of this year's G7 summit that was held in France. Hope you would have understood this. We'll meet in some other video as soon as possible. Till then, take care. Bye.